Hello and welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Lunar Colony. We got a Diamond Soldier player. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it. You have the 222, but you're running the Mercy instead of a more standard Anna or Lucio, and the Hanzo and Soldier instead of like Genji Tracers and things like that. So pretty cool. So how do you attack this? So this is actually a bit of a problem for me for point A of Lunar Colony. You have very little flanking power with this comp, and you don't have like a Reinhardt to stand behind. So it's going to be very, very critical that both Soldier and Hanzo get high ground on like those rafters and apply a lot of pressure. So we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens. What I don't want is for you guys to get stagnated on the ground floor and kind of just like taking fights down there. It's very critical that you get high ground and slowly and methodically push your opponents out of position from the high ground, because you're not going to be able to flank very effectively. And I say that because it's solo queue. And actually, that being said, if you and your Zen want to pair up and flank heavy on like that left side, that could work. If you guys have good synergy with you and your duo queue partner. If this was like a professional match or a scrim, I would probably suggest some other things. But because it's solo queue, I think the safe bet is just to get high ground and just kind of, once you got the high ground, then you can kind of close in on the point. And again, with your partner, if you wanted to go down that left side, that would be perfectly viable too. So we'll see what happens. So let's skip forward a bit. Okay. Okay, so they got a Lucio.
Someone's on the right. On the far right.
So the volume's kind of quiet.
I'm gonna jump on him.
Oh wow. Okay, so I don't like that you basically sprinted this way, and you didn't kind of look at the setup of your opponents. Like we kind of saw glimpses of stuff just now, but I think it's really important as a player to get used to turning your camera around, quickly see where your opponents are, with what they are. Even with just that split second, that would be nice. So actually, let's see if we can pause it.
Someone's on the right.
So there's a Lucio.
I'm gonna jump on him.
And a Soldier, and I think maybe a Reinhardt. But I can't stress enough how important it is to get as much information as possible to make important decisions. This might be like, hey man, like you might be thinking, okay, like I get it, like stop talking about this. This is an extremely important skill to understand, to use your camera to look at your opponents, where they are, what they are, and again, that's gonna allow you to get better, to make better decisions. Okay, because you can't just make decisions blindly. The more information you have, the better. So yeah, and even just like running down there like that, you could have just been picked off by a Widow. You were running in a straight line. If maybe they had a Widow, you could have peeked that and seen that, and then played it differently. Instead, you kind of just go for a straight beeline. Even as a Zenyatta main, if I saw a Soldier like that, and if I was charging up a right click, I might just kill you straight out, even though you were just sprinting, because again, you were kind of running in just a straight, predictable line.
My right then. My right.
And these plays will get punished as you climb.
Everyone here? Yeah. Go right. Take high ground. Let's go.
It's a good right click. Nice.
Sorry, Diva's half.
Yeah. So okay. So you guys are playing this well.
Diva on the wall.
You guys all went for the high ground, and you're pushing them down. This is exactly what I wanted. This is great. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. So actually, that left side that we just saw, you probably should have pushed that. So right here.
They have Reinhardt Diva on the
right
wall.
There. Oh darn it. So but anyways, you were just looking over there. You could totally push that side.
Bubble 3.
Oh no.
Oh, you dropped down.
I'm out.
Oh, that deflect.
Oh,
Okay, so your teammates, I'm not quite sure what happened, but they got a little too excited. You probably could have pressured from that left side. You would have either found someone to attack, because that line of sight is not that great. But if you don't, then you could have dropped down and flanked. That being said, actually no. Let's just go back here. So, oh, perfect. So again, you can go here. You might catch someone off guard, like a Mercy or I don't know, whatever, a Zen, whatever the heck they have. You get a Helix Rocket and some left clicks, and boom, that's a kill. If not, because this like line of sight is not so great from this angle, you have to drop down, and then maybe you get a kill from there. And actually, you do have Helix Rocket, so this play was available to you, and it might have equalized the fact that I think it was Zenyatta died. Yeah. So yeah. So and it actually, I think it would have been great because it looks like your opponents were all kind of facing this way. And if you watch any of my videos, you know that I like teams not to clump, to separate, fan out, get multiple angles of attack, and make their opponents, worried about multiple angles and having to turn around all the time. Cool. So
myself in there.
So let's see what happens.
I'll get the health pack outside.
Hanzo's dead. Okay.
Oh,
She's just backing up, help Zarya. Oh, she killed Genji. Nice. So now, again, go for the high ground, like we talked about. Get up here, and then if you have time, get up here and then press.
Okay.
Soldier on high ground.
Ooh, nice.
Got him.
Not so great on the right click, but that's okay.
Let's go.
Soldier's picked. Let's push up.
Cool. So now you can just take it slow. It looks like someone's flanking. Maybe that's Hanzo. And you can push. So this is great. So now you can just take this slow. That being said, you're being a little bit passive with your positioning. I think you need to go forward a little bit deeper. You guys are up 2 kills, right? Yeah. So push. Push.
Let's go, champ.
I'm on their back.
Yeah, I need you to push forward.
That Mercy.
Your line of sight just is not good enough here.
Use charge.
Okay, you probably want to hold on to this tack visor. Okay, run. Oh.
No,
okay.
On me. Do you have resin?
Right.
On there. On 9.
Never mind, hold it.
Get out of here, Reinhardt.
War das geil oder das geil?
Got grabbing
Nice.
slow.
Oh,
Get out of there if you can.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, you res.
I'm on the Mercy.
Get Mercy.
I'm coming.
Oh,
He's one.
what the fuck?
Got
Ryan
her.
focus me. Kill the Ryan, he's very aggressive.
Mercy's dead.
Oh, das war so krass.
Okay, so this fight's probably over. That Dragon Blade's probably gonna clean up. So, 2 things. First is need you to get more aggressive when you're up 2 kills like that. That's when you need to start getting aggressive, start pushing, looking for that Mercy, sandwich your opponents. You were being way too passive, just kind of grinding on that Reinhardt shield, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But again, need you to get in there and start pressing your opponents. The second thing is you pop that tack visor a little too early, as I think you know. You needed to get out of the way of that Diva ultimate, which you did, and then you could tack visor. Cool. So it just would have been nice if you had a little bit more time with that tack visor at the end of that fight.
Ich bin down.
He's half. Genji half.
9.
Okay.
Deep at him.
Make sure Diva doesn't need it.
I'm on the Genji. Oh, he's out.
Okay, so now you guys are using this left side that we were talking about earlier. Another valid tactic. I like this. What I don't like is it looks like all of you are going this way. Like we talked about at the beginning of the video, all of you guys going for high ground, totally great. There's lots of space to work with up there. And alternatively, I mentioned that with Zen, you could have duoed with him and pushed this room right here, this left side. Just the 2 of you, that would have been fine too, as long as the rest of your teammates go a different way. It feels like all of you are clumped up going into this room. That I do not like. We'll see how this turns out. Nice right click.
Now would be a good time to grab.
Grabbing.
Diva's out.
Grabbing a point.
Oh, a little too soon on the grab. Just a little
right
too
here on the left,
soon.
up.
Nice.
Mercy.
Oh.
Yeah, so... Well, that's not your fault, so we won't break that down. That's fine.
Wie juckt das
Mercy.
denn keinen?
Okay,
Did you
yeah,
have?
this is good tack. This is good tack visor.
Oh, what?
It's just
There, you're in 2.
Good sprint.
Staggered.
Oh no. Okay, so
Alle.
well, I don't want to focus too much on mechanics, so that's fine.
Der hat uns alle
That one,
geholt.
Okay.
I'm not capping that.
Actually, to be honest, there's actually one really big thing I need you to work on, and this one thing would probably help you to climb the most as soldier. So I'm gonna kind of start to wrap this VOD up because I can already tell, I think, what your problem is. So obviously you can work on your tracking a bit, work on your helix rockets a bit. But in my opinion, that's not your biggest problem. In my opinion, your biggest problem right now is your positioning, which is most people's problem. But what I want you to do is, as soldier, I'm sorry about the noise. I want you to practice separating from your teammates. So what I mean by that is, if they're on the low ground, you get the high ground. If they go right, you go left. Things like that. Your goal is to create multiple angles of attack, try to draw resources from your opponents to you, away from your opponents, away from your teammates, or to catch surprise kills with a nice helix rocket and some left clicks. So what you're trying to do is to make your opponents worry about two sides of a battlefield as opposed to just the one. If your opponents only have to worry about one side of the battlefield, then that's super easy. But as soldier, you're mobile, you have sprint, you have some sustainability with your biotic field, and you have burst with your right click. So you're kind of like a really good flanker, right? You just are. You can get really nice surprise tack visors from flanks and just go to town and you put in work. He's an excellent flanker. Maybe not as hyper mobile and as deadly as a Genji or Tracer, but still up there. So I want you to practice that. Just think, okay, where's my team and where can I be different, away from them, to kind of maximize the amount of space we take up on the map. It sounds like it sounds simple. Maybe you're skeptical, but trust me, that is going to help you so much. Cool. What else can we talk about? How about your tack visor usage? Tack visor usage, it was early the first time. The second time, I recall it being fine, if I'm not mistaken. Just make sure that you're using your helix rocket right before you tack visor, and try to make sure that your clip is as empty as possible before you use tack visors, because you want to take advantage of the free reset, the free reload rather. So let's watch a little bit more of your gameplay, and then we'll wrap this up. Looks like the video is going to be finished soon anyways.
Call out focus.
Okay. So, so already I don't like... Actually, where are your teammates? Oh, we can't see. And just as a side note, don't be afraid to kind of practice turning and looking at your team. Like literally just turn your camera like we talked about earlier in the video to look at your opponents. Don't be afraid to turn to your teammates and get an idea of where they're laid out. Once you get an idea of where they're laid out, then you can make a more informed decision about where you need to be. As Lunar Colony, on point A, you can kind of... it's a really good map to pick a side. So sometimes in my videos I talk about having a strong side and a weak side. So on Lunar Colony, point A, you can opt to kind of use this as your strong side, this side over here, or this high ground over here as your strong side. Both have advantages. It looks like your team is going more for the strong side. So you're kind of on it feels like you're kind of on the weak side, which is actually perfectly fine. You'll just have to know how to rotate to the right side as necessary. Or if your opponents push your strong side, then you can go up here where you are now and kind of chill up here and then rain down from there. So so at first I said I didn't like the setup, but actually seeing where your teammates are right here, we can kind of see these little arrows. It feels like they're posturing for this side. So actually I'm okay with this. It just means that since you decided to be on this side, you need to be very careful about how you engage this next fight. So let's take a look. Okay, but what I don't want you to do is to clump up with your teammates on the point. If you are going to abandon this left side, I need you to sprint to that right side and cover that area. I don't want you on the point. If you're on the point, you're going to be far too easy to deal with. So okay, cool.
Mercy, there's a...
Yeah.
never mind.
Cool. Okay, good. Yeah, this is good. So now you can be on this side. You got Winston.
They're coming around the other side.
Whoa, okay. You're actually out of position. You should not have gone this far forward. You needed to stay back more. And actually, okay, and there's Genji. Okay, yeah. So this is pretty. So what I would have liked to seen you do is stay roughly kind of where you are right here, like right now, or push out this way. You guys were already pressing that Genji. Push him out further, and then you can kind of wrap around to kind of help out with the flank. or with a flank. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I would have liked to see you push that further.
They're coming around.
Now
the
you're just kind of all bunched up on the
Genji
point.
over there.
Cool. Symmetric to curve Genji. Okay.
I need help.
Okay.
Big one.
So it's just one kill. So don't get too excited. That's not a big enough of an advantage to just start going forward because you're on defense. One win and you lose. So you need to be a little bit cautious here. If you had like a second kill, then okay, you can get more aggressive. But just the one, not quite enough to go forward on defense. Okay. And now you're in a bad position. So you have Winston behind you, D.Va's in front of you, and they might just collapse on you. So this is pretty dangerous.
Coming back to point.
Oh, okay. Good, you didn't
Ja,
die.
okay,
She's
da war
above.
alles.
Okay. Oh, nice right click.
Fire,
Oh,
fire, fire.
nice. Nice.
Mercy's one. Ah.
Cool. And I would have liked to see you prioritize the Mercy as opposed to the Pharah. But it's fine. I think. I think as long as you can reliably, well, whatever, that's fine. I just want to point out that like right here, I think was a pretty good time to go for Mercy. And like just kind of this. If you just look at where she is, this is actually a pretty good opportunity. So, anyways, but you decided to go for the Pharah and you got her. So cool. Got a teleporter, nice.
Warte mal. Winston, I can hear you there.
Nice.
Oh, lass ihn da stehen. Ah.
Ooh, okay, so actually right now I would like for you to go high ground.
Teleporter?
Like to that right side, like up here maybe. Up here. And then worst case, if it doesn't work out, you just drop down.
Ist das gesagt gerade?
So don't be afraid to mix it up. Like if you can show different versions of your defense, it makes it harder for the opponents to deal with it. Cool. So okay, so you're on the strong side. This is cool. Okay, you have teammates up there. That's good. They abandon it. Okay, that's fine.
There's a pharmacy. So we gotta find a way to.
Yeah, good. You're protecting the. Oh,
No.
that far read you like a book. That was a really good play on her part. Excuse me. Not a very good teleporter spot either, actually, on your Symmetra's part. Okay, I'm assuming that's it.
Why are you guys
Oh, you got
so
res,
back
okay.
there? Oh my gosh.
Go to TP.
Well,
Okay. Your Symmetra actually put that teleporter in a really silly spot. That kind of screwed you up on your defense. So let's kind of talk about. Well, damn, that actually put you in a really bad spot, and your teammates didn't respond to that very well. So that last bit, that wasn't really your fault. I'm just plain and simple. I don't think you could have done a whole lot better there. Actually, if anything, I feel like that first fight, after Symmetra got that kill onto Genji, you actually kind of messed up by being far too forward, and you're kind of lucky you didn't die there. This last time, though, I was really happy with your position, and it just didn't work out because your teammates kind of just did some silly things. So, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you make the wrong play and it works out. Sometimes you make the right play and it doesn't work out. So that's just life. But in general, the more right plays you make, the higher you're going to climb because you're just going to win more games. Win more games statistically. So cool. So let's kind of wrap up. Separate from your teammates. That's going to help you a ton. Tac visors, again, I think maybe they're a little bit too early, but I'm not going to harp on that. Everything else seemed pretty decent. Definitely work on your tracking. That's just something that's going to just allow you to climb more. I think you're, what are you, diamond? Yeah, it feels about a diamond level. So if you do expect to climb to like masters and grandmasters, I do think you're going to have to up your tracking a little bit more if you want to climb with soldier. Helix rockets felt on point. What else? Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. Cool. So work on your positioning, separate from your teammates, learn how to kind of be self-sufficient, how to be autonomous, and you will put in a ridiculous amount of work, and you'll just see how easy it is. And sometimes you'll see like really good players just kind of play this style that you play, where you're just kind of like muscling through and you're just out mechanicking everybody, so to speak. But if you don't have the mechanics to back it up, then you have to rely more on tactical, strategic decision-making skills, which is something that I can relate to because my mechanics aren't that great for a top 500 player. So cool. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, please like the video and please subscribe. Thank you.